The year is 2157. Humanity has just joined the Galactic Council after decades of proving they belong among the stars. Most alien species view humans as dangerous deathworlders, beings from a planet so harsh that it created monsters instead of civilized creatures. The Discovery. Captain Jake Reed sits on the bridge of the human exploration vessel, Terra's Hope. His crew of 12 includes his second-in-command, Lieutenant Anna Foster, Engineer Tom Blake, and Medical Officer Dr. Lisa Park. They are conducting routine patrol near the outer rim when their communications officer, Sam Chun, picks up a faint distress signal. The message comes from the peaceful Kello species, tall, blue-skinned beings, known throughout the galaxy for their art and philosophy. Their homeworld, Kello Prime, is under attack by the brutal Vrak Empire. The Vrak are conquerors who enslave entire civilizations and strip planets bare. The Kilos. Desperate plea. The transmission is weak and broken. Elder Nala, the Kilo's spiritual leader, appears on screen. Her normally bright blue skin is pale. With fear, behind her, explosions light up the sky. She speaks in the common galactic language, her voice shaking. Any ships receiving this message ... please help us. The Vrak have come with 100 war vessels. Our peaceful world has no weapons. They are taking our children as slaves. We have tried to contact the Galactic Council, but no response comes. If anyone can hear this ... we are dying. Human response. Captain Reed looks around his bridge. The Galactic Council's rules are clear. No single species should act without approval from the full council. This process takes weeks, sometimes months. By then, Kello Prime will be empty ruins. Sir, Lieutenant Foster says quietly, the council protocols clearly state. I know what they state. Reed cuts her off. He thinks of his own children back on Earth. Sam, can you reach any other human ships in the area? Sam works his console. 3 vessels within 12 hours travel time, sir. The cargo ship New York, the science vessel Darwin, and the military escort Titan's Fist. Reed makes his decision. Send them our coordinates and the Kello distress signal. Tell them we're going in. He pauses, knowing this could end his career. And send a message to Earth Command. Tell them humanity is about to show the galaxy what Deathworlders do when innocent people call for help. Preparation for war. Tom Blake, the engineer, starts checking weapon systems. Unlike most species who build ships for exploration and trade, humans build everything ready for war. Even their cargo ships carry defensive weapons. The Terra's Hope might be small, but it packs enough firepower to take on vessels 10 times its size. Dr. Park prepares the medical bay for casualties. She has worked with many alien species and knows the Kello are gentle beings who have never known war. The thought of them facing the Vrak makes her angry. Understanding the enemy, the crew reviews what they know about the Vrak Empire. The Vrak are large reptilian creatures with thick armor-like skin. They are strong but slow. Their ships are powerful but built for intimidation rather than real combat. They have conquered dozens of worlds, but always against species who cannot or will not fight back. No one has ever seriously resisted the Vrak. Most civilized species in the galaxy prefer diplomacy and surrender to violence. The concept of fighting to the death is foreign to them. But humans are different. Humans come from Earth, a world so dangerous that every day is a battle for survival. Humans evolved alongside predators, natural disasters, diseases, and countless threats. War is not foreign to them. It is part of their nature. The journey begins as the Terra's Hope jumps to faster-than-light travel toward Kello Prime. Reed addresses his crew. I know this goes against protocols. I know we might face consequences. But when innocent people cry for help, humans answer that call. We don't wait for committees or vote on whether suffering matters. The crew nods in agreement. Each of them joined the space service, not for glory or exploration, but to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Engineer Blake reports that the other human ships have confirmed they are coming. A small cargo vessel New York carries mining, explosives that can be converted to weapons. A science ship Darwin has advanced sensors and communication arrays. The military escort Titan's Fist carries enough firepower to level a small moon, setting up the conflict. As they travel through space, Sam monitors Vrak communications. The enemy is confident and careless. They speak openly about their plans to strip Kello Prime of all resources and sell the population as slaves to mining companies. The Vrak have no idea that death itself is coming for them. They are about to learn why the rest of the galaxy fears the humans from the Deathworld called Earth. Asterisk arrival at Kello Prime. The human fleet arrives at the Kello system 12 hours after receiving the distress call. What they see makes their blood boil. Kello Prime, once a beautiful world of crystal cities and floating gardens, is now a burning nightmare. Vrak ships circle the planet like vultures, firing on anything that moves. Captain Reed stands on the bridge of Terra's Hope, watching the destruction through the view screen. The other human ships have taken positions around his vessel. Captain Maria Santos of the New York, Dr. Robert Kim of the Darwin, and Commander Frank Miller of the Titan's Fist appear on his communication screen. 4 ships against 100. Santos says grimly, "I like those odds." Reed almost smiles. Only humans would find humor in such a situation. "Tom, what are we looking at?" Engineer Blake studies his sensors. Vrak fleet consists of mostly light cruisers and troop transports. They have 5 heavy battleships, but they're old designs. Their weapons are powerful, but slow to target. Their shields are strong, but take a lot of energy. Understanding Vrak tactics. Dr. Kim from the science vessel shares his analysis. The Vrak fight like bullies. They surround their enemies, demand surrender, and then destroy resistance slowly to create fear. They have never faced an opponent who fights back with real skill. Commander Miller studies the enemy formations. They are spread out to cover the entire planet. Good for intimidation, bad for defense. If we hit them fast and hard, we can break their formation before they can regroup. Reed nods. What about the Kello? Dr. Park reports from her medical station. I'm detecting life signs in the major cities, but they're weak. The Vrak are using some kind of stunning weapon to keep the population helpless while they load them onto slave ships. The human plan. Reed makes the battle plan simple and brutal. The Titan's Fist will attack the heavy battleships head-on, using its superior weapons to destroy or disable them quickly. The Darwin will use its sensors to jam Vrak communications and coordinate human attacks. The New York will target the slave ships to prevent the Kello from being taken off-world. The Terra's Hope will hunt down the smaller Vrak vessels. Remember, Reed tells the other captains, we are not here to play by galactic rules. We are here to save lives. Use every advantage we have. The battle begins. The human ships attack without warning. This surprises the Vrak, who are used to enemies announcing themselves and trying to negotiate. Commander Miller's Titan's Fist opens fire on the largest Vrak battleship with everything it has. Human weapons are designed differently than most. Alien technology. Instead of energy beams that gradually wear down shields, human weapons use kinetic projectiles, metal slugs fired at incredible speeds that punch through armor. Like paper, the Vrak battleship's shields hold for exactly 3 seconds before the human railgun rounds tear through them and into the ship's hull. The massive vessel breaks in half and explodes. Vrak confusion. On the Vrak command ship, General Tor stares at his screens in shock. One of his most powerful vessels just died in seconds. His communications officer is trying to figure out what Happened. Sir, unknown ships have appeared in the system. They are attacking without warning. What species? Tor demands. Kello have no warships. Unknown, sir. Their weapons are different. They are not using energy beams. Tor studies the tactical display. 4 small ships against his entire fleet. Destroy them immediately. But the human ships do not fight like any enemy the Vrak have faced. They move fast, strike hard, and disappear before the Vrak can respond. Human pilots are trained from birth on a world where everything tries to kill them. They have reflexes and instincts that no other species can match. Human superiority. The New York, despite being just a cargo ship, disables 3 Vrak transports carrying Kello prisoners. Captain Santos uses mining charges as improvised weapons, creating explosions that cripple enemy engines without destroying the ships completely. Dr. Kim's Darwin proves that human science is as dangerous as human weapons. His sensors not only jam Vrak communications, but also overload their computer systems with feedback loops that cause enemy ships to shut down their own weapons. Captain Reed's Terra's Hope moves through the Vrak fleet like a shark among fish. His crew works with deadly efficiency. Tom Blake keeps the engines running at dangerous levels, pushing their ship beyond safety limits. Dr. Park treats injured crew members without missing a beat. Lieutenant Foster coordinates attacks with cold precision. Vrak panic. Within 1 hour, the human fleet has destroyed or disabled 30 Vrak vessels. General Tor realizes he is not fighting merchants or explorers. He is fighting something that should not exist, a species that makes war as naturally as breathing. What are they? He whispers as another of his ships explodes. His answer comes when Samchan broadcasts a message on all Vrak frequencies, speaking in their own language. This is the human fleet. You have attacked innocent people. Leave this system now, or we will destroy every one of your ships. The word human spreads through the Vrak fleet like a plague. Every species in the galaxy has heard stories about the Deathworlders from Earth. Most thought they were myths. They are about to learn the truth. Vrak desperation. General Tor realizes his mistake too late. The humans are not just another species. They are apex predators wearing the mask of civilization. Every tactical decision he makes is wrong because he cannot understand how creatures from a Deathworld think. He orders his remaining ships to form defensive clusters. This works against normal enemies who attack predictably. But humans do not fight like civilized beings. They fight like earth animals, pack hunters, who use cunning and teamwork to bring down larger prey. The Terra's Hope and Darwin work together. Like wolves, Dr. Kim's science vessel uses its advanced sensors to find weak points in Vrak formations. Captain Reed's ship then strikes these weak points with surgical precision. Within minutes, another Vrak cluster falls apart as ships collide with each other or fire on their own allies by mistake, learning about Earth. As the battle continues, the Vrak try to understand their enemy by accessing galactic databases about human homeworld. What they find terrifies them. Earth is classified as a Class 12 Deathworld, the highest danger rating possible. It is a planet where the weather can kill, where the ground can swallow entire cities, where the water contains creatures that hunt. In packs, most galactic species would die within hours of landing on Earth's surface. But humans evolved there. They survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, plagues, and predators that could tear apart modern starships. Every challenge that should have destroyed them only made them stronger and more dangerous. Human war philosophy. Commander Miller demonstrates human combat thinking when a group of Vrak ships tries to surround his Titan's fist. Instead of trying to escape, he accelerates directly toward the largest enemy vessel. The Vrak expect him to fire his weapons and then retreat. Instead, he rams his ship into theirs at full speed. The human ship's armor is designed for this kind of attack. The Vrak vessel is not. Miller's ship punches through the enemy hull like a bullet through tissue paper, destroying the Vrak ship from the inside before emerging on the other side, damaged but still fighting. "Sir," his weapons officer asks, "should we help the survivors?" "What survivors?" Miller replies coldly. In human warfare, there is no such thing as partial victory. Kello rescue operations. While the battle rages in space, Captain Santos takes a different approach. She lands her cargo ship New York directly in the largest Kello city, using her mining equipment to free trapped civilians from collapsed buildings. The Kello she rescues can barely believe what they see. Humans move through the dangerous ruins like they belong there. They lift massive debris with their bare hands. They ignore injuries that would kill most species. They work with a focus and determination that seems impossible. Elder Nala, the Kello spiritual leader who sent the original distress call, watches in amazement as human crew members carry Kello children to safety. How can beings so violent also be so protective? She asks. Dr. Park, who came down to provide medical aid, smiles grimly. Because we know what it means to lose everything. We know what it means to fight for survival. And we know that protecting the weak is what separates civilization from chaos. Vrak command breakdown. General, Tor's command structure begins to collapse as human tactics spread confusion through his fleet. Vrak officers are trained to follow orders and maintain formation. But human attacks create chaos that makes organized. Response impossible. When Captain Reed's ship appears behind the Vrak command vessel without warning, Tor realizes the humans have been using stealth technology that his sensors cannot detect. Human ships can become invisible, strike without warning, and disappear before retaliation is possible. How do we fight ghosts? One of his officers asks in panic. We don't, Tor admits. We run. The human message. But running is not an option. Sam Chand has been monitoring all Vrak communications and broadcasts a message that freezes every enemy ship in space. This is the human fleet. We know you are trying to retreat. We know the location of every ship in your formation. You have two choices. Surrender immediately and leave the system, or we will hunt down every single one of you. We are humans from Earth. We do not forgive. We do not forget. And we never, ever give up. The message is delivered in perfect Vrak language, with tactical data showing that the humans have indeed tracked every enemy vessel. More terrifying, the message includes detailed information about Vrak military installations in other systems, information that should be impossible for outsiders to obtain. Vrak technological shock. The truth is that human information warfare is as advanced as their weapons. Dr. Kim's Darwin has been quietly infiltrating Vrak computer networks throughout the battle, copying their databases and learning their military secrets. What took the Vrak centuries to build, the humans have stolen in hours. This is another lesson the galaxy has not learned about Deathworlders. Survival requires not just strength, but intelligence, adaptability, and the willingness to use any advantage available. Humans excel at all of these. The tide turns. As the third hour of battle begins, the Vrak fleet is in full retreat. Half their ships are destroyed or disabled. Their command structure has collapsed. Their most experienced officers are dead or fleeing in panic. But the humans are not done. Captain Reed's voice echoes across all frequencies. You came here to hurt innocent people. You will face the consequences of that choice. The final hunt. The remaining Vrak ships try to escape to hyperspace, but the humans have prepared for this. Dr. Kim's Darwin has been quietly deploying hyperspace disruptors throughout the system. The advanced human technology creates a field that prevents any ship from jumping to. Faster than light travel, General Tor realizes he is trapped like prey in a cage. His surviving ships cluster together for protection, but this only makes them easier targets. The 4 human vessels move in for the kill, like wolves circling wounded elk. "Sir," his communications officer reports with a shaking voice, "the humans are demanding our complete surrender. They want us to power down all weapons and prepare to be boarded." Tor considers his options. The Vrak Empire has never surrendered to anyone, but the Empire has never faced humans before. "What are our casualties?" 73 ships destroyed, 18 disabled. "We have less than 30 functional vessels remaining." Human justice. Captain Reed coordinates the final phase of the battle. Unlike the Vrak, who fight for conquest and personal glory, the humans fight for justice. Every decision they make is focused on one goal: ensuring that the Vrak can never hurt innocent people again. Commander Miller's Titans. Fist systematically destroys every Vrak weapons platform. Captain Santos uses her New York to tow disabled enemy ships into a secure formation. Dr. Kim employs his Darwin to scan for hidden weapons and ensure complete Vrak compliance. But Captain Reed faces a difficult choice. Military doctrine says he should destroy all enemy vessels to prevent future attacks. But his humanity says that slaughter of defeated enemies is wrong, even when those enemies are monsters. Interrogation of evil. Reed boards the Vrak command ship with a security team. General Tor expects to be executed immediately. Instead, Reed wants information. "How many other worlds has your empire attacked?" Reed asks. Tor remains silent, but human technology makes silence meaningless. Dr. Park has developed neural scanners that can read memories directly. The Vrak general's mind reveals the horrible truth. 47 civilizations destroyed, billions of beings sold into slavery, entire species extinct because of Vrak aggression. Reed's jaw tightens. Lieutenant Foster, send this information to Earth Command and the Galactic Council. The galaxy needs to know what the Vrak Empire has done. Kello gratitude. Down on the planet's surface, the Kello survivors gather in the ruins of their capital city. Elder Nala addresses the human crew members who saved them. "We do not understand your species. You are capable of violence beyond our imagination, yet you risk your lives to save strangers. You destroy your enemies without mercy, yet you are wounded with gentle hands. How can you be both destroyer and protector?" Dr. Park, who has been working for hours to help injured Kello civilians, looks up from her medical scanner. "Because that's what it means to be human. We fight monsters so others don't have to. We do terrible things so innocent people can live in peace." Tom Blake, the engineer, adds quietly, "My grandfather used to say that good people sleep safely at night because rough people are ready to do violence on their behalf. We are the rough people." Galactic response. News of the battle spreads across the galaxy faster than light-speed communication can carry it. The Galactic Council emergency. Session is called as Species, after Species learns that 4 human ships destroyed an entire Vrak invasion fleet. Consequences and costs. The victory comes with a price. 3 human crew members died in the battle. 7 more were seriously injured. The ships themselves are damaged and will need months of repairs. More seriously, humanity's relationship with the Galactic Council is now strained. Many species view the human intervention as dangerous precedent. If humans can attack anyone they consider evil, what stops them from attacking anyone who disagrees with them? Captain Reed knows his career is probably over. He will face court-martial when he returns to Earth. But as he watches Kello children playing in the ruins of their city, protected by human soldiers, he knows he made the right choice. The Vrak ultimatum. Before leaving the system, Reed delivers a final message to the surviving Vrak forces. Return to your empire and tell them this: humanity has joined the galaxy. We will not allow the strong to prey upon the weak. Every world you have conquered, every people you have enslaved, every species you have destroyed, we remember them all. Change your ways or face the consequences. The wreck ships are allowed to leave, carrying news of their defeat back to their empire. But Reed knows this is not the end. It is only the beginning of a larger war between civilization and chaos, between those who protect and those who destroy. And humanity has chosen. It's side. 6 months later, the courtroom on Earth is packed with representatives from dozens of alien species. Captain Jake Reed stands before a military tribunal, facing charges of violating Galactic Council protocols and engaging in unauthorized military action. But the trial has become something much larger than a simple case of military discipline. Admiral Susan Walsh, head of Earth Defense Command, reads the charges. Captain Reed, you stand accused of acting without proper authorization, endangering human diplomatic relations, and violating established first contact procedures. How do you plead? Guilty on all counts, Reed says without hesitation, and I would do it again. The courtroom erupts. Alien observers whisper among themselves in dozens of languages. Some sound frightened, others amazed, but all are focused on this human who admits his guilt with pride. Character. Witnesses. Elder Nala of the Kello takes the witness stand. She has traveled across the galaxy to testify on Reed's behalf. Her translator struggles to convey the emotion in her voice. Before the humans came, we were a dying people. The Vrak had stolen our children, destroyed our cities, and planned to erase us from existence. The Galactic Council failed us. Their committees met while we suffered. Only the humans answered our call. She looks directly at Reed. This man saved not just our lives, but our future. Our children will grow up free because he chose to act when others would not. Commander Muller, Captain Santos, and Dr. Kim also testify. They all accept responsibility for their actions and express no regret. Tom Blake, now recovered from his battle injuries, speaks for the entire crew. We are human. When innocent people cry for help, we answer. That's not a flaw in our character. It's the best part of who we are. The Vrak Empire's response. Intelligence. Reports reveal that Reed's message had its intended effect. The Vrak Empire is in chaos. Their military commanders argue among themselves about how to respond to the human threat. Some want immediate revenge. Others counsel caution. Most significantly, several Vrak-controlled worlds have begun rebellion movements. Species that had given up hope of freedom now believe that resistance is possible. The mere knowledge that someone had successfully fought the Vrak gives them courage to fight for themselves. Agent Mark Steele from Human Intelligence provides classified testimony about the broader implications. The Vrak Empire controlled 47 systems through fear and overwhelming force. That control is breaking down. Slave populations are rebelling. Vrak military units are deserting. Their economy is collapsing as they redirect resources to deal with internal unrest. Galactic political shift. The trial reveals deep divisions within the Galactic Council. Ambassador Cross presents evidence of these political changes. 17 species have formally requested human military advisors to help them develop their own defense forces. 23 more have asked for human protection against various threats. The Council can no longer ignore the fact that their diplomatic approach has failed to stop aggression and protect innocent life. But not all species support humanity's aggressive stance. The Crystalline Collective argues that human military action sets a dangerous precedent. Ambassador Hivemind Sigma 7 speaks through a translation device. If every species decides to take military action based on their own moral judgment, the galaxy will descend into chaos. Order requires restraint and proper procedures. Reed's response is direct. Your procedures let entire civilizations die while you debated. We stopped the killing. That's the difference between us. The verdict. After 3 days of testimony, the tribunal reaches its decision. Admiral Walsh announces the verdict. Captain Reed, this court finds you guilty of all charges. However, considering the extraordinary circumstances, the lives saved, and the broader positive impact of your actions, this court sentences you to promotion to Admiral, an assignment as head of the new Galactic Response Division. The courtroom explodes in surprise. Reed himself looks stunned. Admiral Walsh continues. The Earth Defense. Command has decided that humanity will no longer wait for committees to act while innocent people suffer. The Galactic Response Division will coordinate with willing species to provide immediate aid to those under attack. The New Order. 6 months after the Battle of Kello Prime, the galaxy has changed. Humanity has become the unofficial guardian of peace and protector of the weak. Human ships patrol trade routes, investigate distress calls, and respond to threats that the Galactic Council considers too complicated for immediate action. More importantly, other species are learning from humanity's example. The peaceful Kello have begun developing their own defense forces, trained by human advisors. The merchant species of the Spiral Arm have formed a mutual protection alliance with Earth as its military backbone. The greater message. Admiral Reed stands on the observation deck of his new flagship, Justice's Edge, watching human and alien crews work together to prepare for their next mission. Lieutenant Foster, now promoted to captain, approaches with their orders. Sir, we have 3 distress calls. Slavers attacking a mining colony, pirates threatening a medical transport, and reports of wreck ships gathering near the outer rim. Reed smiles grimly, and we have work to do. As the human fleet jumps to hyperspace, their message spreads across the galaxy. Evil will not go unchallenged. The innocent will not stand alone, and those who prey upon the weak will face the fury of the Deathworlders from Earth. The galaxy is learning that humans meant exactly what they said. When good people call for help, humanity answers that call with total force.